Hello everyone, my name is Awais and I'm here to share my assignment of day 8 from Teknotrait. So let's begin with the assignment questions. So the first question is explain with an example different high level points that we write in a test plan. So the high level points are the testing process or QA process. The second is testing strategy. Third one is scope of testing. Fourth one is entry criteria. Fifth one is exit criteria. Sixth one is type of testing. Seventh one is test environment. Eighth is test credentials. Then ninth is test artifacts. Tenth one is testing team members, and the 11th is risk and assumptions. So the what is this like? What is the testing process? So in the testing process happens like here we decide how the testing process will be like, how the flow will be in the testing. So how we need to perform testing. Then in testing strategy is like what is the end goal? Like how are we what we want to test? Like what is the end goal we need to deliver to the client or the user who is using that software. So the main testing strategy is to get to so that we can deliver a good application or a product. Then the scope of testing is like if there is a login functionality, is that functionality working good or fine, something. Then the entry criteria is nothing but as I can say, like what needs to be tested first. For example, I could say what are the things we need for testing to test how what are the things we need for testing. Then the exit criteria is I could say like for example until when we need to perform testing. Like if application is all over, no, application is all good and all the test cases are passed, then there will be a minor bug. Any application is not a bug free, so the minor application where an end user he is using and he feels good and safe. So this is when we need to stop testing is that exit criteria. Type of testing is that what all testing needs to be performed, like that certain functionalities or how the testing is performed. Then the seventh one is for test environment. Setting up environment like for example I could say setting up environment like for example we have uh, test cases. I have test cases and monitor test cases like certain steps how testing is performed. Test environment is nothing but setting up to perform test cases. Test credentials is that if application is developed and we need to perform a certain testing by logging in. So test credential are nothing but while we enter that credential and we log into that particular application for testing, that is known as test credential. Testing artifacts is nothing but the it is a record like if from starting to end, like if we have a report, um, for example a record which has bugs, when the issue was resolved, like when did we find that bug, these all the records are contained, these are testing artifacts. Then the 10th is testing team members. Testing team members in the sense like how many people have performed testing in for these applications. And risk and assumptions, the final I could say is final for example I could say like tester thinks in a way that is after developing the software he will get some certain scenarios like is there any chance of getting risk, or he assumes that if a certain things happen while using this application, so he plans according to that how to he will write the test cases. Then the next question, explain a boundary value analysis with an example. So this is a method. For example, I could say if you are using an application where you want to store your data. So here, how there is a label in the sense where you need to enter your age. In that column, you need to enter your age. So in that column, uh, that uh, that area is such developed as like it only accepts from age 18 to certain like 50. If you are 17, it will be showing you an error. If you go above 50 like 51, this is also shows an error. So a boundary value analysis is such a method that where a tester use this. For example, as I have given you boundary values such that where tester will test one with the minimum value and one with the max value. For example, I could say if I am testing an application which has a age field in it, and I will test. So there is a criteria like for age 18 is 18 to 50 is accepted. So I will test it as by giving by entering my age 17 I will test, and by giving 51 I will test. So this is a boundary where one minimum value and one maximum value is tested in this. Then the third one, explain the equivalence partitioning with an example. So equivalence partitioning is nothing but this is also a method where you divide. Like for example, I could say if there is an exam and we need to perform some and we need to perform and we to take the result. So how we would do is like we will be creating a column. Like uh, for example, I could say if fif- like below 50 marks there is a failed person, then between 50 to 50 to 60 is the first class, then 60 to 70 is another class. So equivalent partition is nothing but we will be dividing the test execution. Like for example, I could say as I told, equivalence partition is nothing but there will be a minimum and maximum value, both are equally divided. Then the next one, explain the difference between smoke and sanity testing with an example. So smoke testing is nothing but here smoke testing is it is a process where we are where, where we are checking where we are testing a basic and critical functionality, basic to advanced functionality of the software. Basic to advanced in the sense, like if we have a Gmail where we want to check the in where we want to test the inbox page, so we will check how many mails we are getting, and see that is it having any content or no. So this is smoke testing, and sanity testing is as it is sanity testing is such a thing where we test the overall functionalities. Like if we for example Gmail only, if you are writing a test, if you are sending a mail and we discard in the middle, so this this discard mail will be going to draft, or is it going to send. So here we will test overall functionalities, where in the smoke testing we will check the basic and critical. Like in such a way, this smoke testing is performed basic, and sanity is for overall. Like is it work, there will be in like there will be a connection for sanity testing, whereas smoke testing is only for particular. That's all for today. Thank you.